Welcome to Wire Guild. This is a short skill set video and I'm just showing you in it how to create a focal bead, and I'm doing that using a Coiling Gizmo. So this is my Coiling Gizmo, this little crank, and I've got some wire which of course is 0.8mm or 20 gauge because I have plenty of that laying around. So first of all I need to load the things. Because I'm going to wind it away from me, I need the wire on the front so that the wire goes in the right direction. So I hold that with my thumb and I'm just going to wrap it around this little pokey up bit here. I don't know what it's called, but anyway, wrap it around that. That just stops the wire slipping off. And then because I'm using the smaller of the two cranks, I'm just going to poke that through there. Now I've put my thumb against the edge and that will give a certain amount of tension from my wire, because my wire's still on the reel, as you see. And then I'm going to begin to wind that and just pull it away gently. The reason I do that with my fingers when I start off with is, see that little bump? Right, well it sort of catches against the edge. Once you've got 2 or 3 wraps around, you can start then. And as you see, you can whiz along quite quickly. You'd do this the same way if you were going to make a coil, keeping the tension there, because I've just need some more wire. Just pull that off there. You can use this as just coils to decorate, but I'm actually going to show you how to make a bead with it. So I'm going to need a reasonable amount of coil, probably bigger than I normally make so that you can get more of an idea on the actual video. So they're probably going to be, I don't know, maybe do about 4-inch, 5-inch. I'll just keep going till I get bored. So I'm just keep wrapping and then just snip off that end there, because of course it was attached to the reel. Undo this end, there we go, and then you'll find it stuck. They always are, and it won't come off. So take that one as if you're undoing it, and the same with the other end, and it should just no, it won't. Try again. It won't always do it first time. So as if I'm unraveling it, support both ends, and then you can it loosens the coil a little bit, and then you can slide the crank out. I've got a little gap there, so I'm just gonna, actually I won't cut it off yet, hang on a minute. You see that gap there? If you just push it up from the end, there we go, you can usually get those to go together. So that's my little coil, and then I need another wire, probably, I don't know, what will it be, 3 times the length of my coil, and I'm going to pop that through the middle and put the coil in the middle. Just hold that bit there. Now taking the wire that was extending from the end of the coil, I'm going to wrap that around as tight as I can, tighten it down with the pliers around the wire that I've just put through the middle. This is to anchor the coil in place. If you don't do this, when we do the next step, the whole coil will just drop off this extra wire. So I just need, round you go. There we go. We only need to go around maybe once or twice, just so it's nice and tight. I like twice, so we'll just trim that off, and then we'll just press that down. Lovely. Now do exactly the same on the other end. Straighten its inner wire up a bit. Support the coil with one hand, and using pliers, because you've only got a short bit of wire, just wrap that a couple of times tight onto that wire that we've got going through the middle. There we go. Trim off any excess. There we go, and just press down any little end bit that might be sticking up. Okay, so we have a coil in the middle of a wire, so I'm going to go back to the Coiling Gizmo. Okay, so here we go, a little crank. I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm at the front of the piece, and I'm just going to, should have given myself a bit more wire really. Oh, it's alright, I'll manage. I'll just wrap it around a little bit. There we go. And then into the support, bring that back around the front. Now holding this, you can't hold this as tight because obviously it can't slip through your thumb. So nice and gently, because the crank gets in the way, get that going. Once that's started, just support the coil and wind it up. Bring it away slightly, because as you start to take the coil in, there we go, isn't that cool? And then you just wrap that around, and as you get to the end it'll go there, and it really won't want to bend that over because the wire we've used is quite thick. So the easiest way is to grab it with your pliers and give it a pull, and then just push it over. I'm not squeezing down too hard, I'm just using the firmness of the pliers to actually push that down against the crank. Right, thumb back against the finer wire and just fasten it round. Oops, slipped out. Thumb back on it, wrap it round a couple of times. Okay, let's get that off the front end. Now these look great added into, just squeeze that up a bit tighter, there we go, and then release the same way that we did before, holding both ends and just slide off. Trim off your end bits with your pliers, cut straight into the end like that, to make sure that's flat, and in. Lovely. Let's have a look at the other end and just snip straight in. There we go. And you've made a bead. I mean, if you didn't want to make a bead, you could use this as a decoration on a bracelet or around the edge of a stone on a pendant. But actually they're really quite nice just on their own. You know, if you're making your own chain, if you add links in with these threaded on, just thread them onto a piece of wire and then make links either side. They look brilliant. Or if you do a full long one, it would look really, really nice. Anyway, great. Hope you enjoyed it. Nice little short video making yourself a bead. Happy wrapping.